Subboom Bass 2 has to be one of my go-to plugins that I recommend to all of my clients. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the top 3 reasons why you should pick up Subboom Bass and how it's helped me sign to my dream labels like Short Circuits, Cuff, and Issues. So let's get stuck into Ableton. So point number 1 is just the amount of usable presets within Subboom Bass. There's not many synthesizers for the minimal deep tech genre that have this amount of presets that you can just use in every single track. Think of Serum, great for sound design and great when you get some preset packs, but out the box, there's not many usable sounds for minimal deep tech. Whereas if we go into the manager view for Subboom Bass, you can already see all of these different banks down here. You have sequence presets, which has some really unique effects, some amazing sub basses, just like these ones here. And this one here is one of my favorites. Then you can move down to the bass presets, which have a lot more mid-range and they step away from those sub frequencies. Some of the best ones in here are these desert presets. I really like the bit growl preset. A very smooth sine wave bass. And there's classic ones like the SH1, 2, and 3 presets. And too many other presets to name in this one video. Oh, and also the amazing thing about Subboom Bass is the ability to start presets that you come across that you like. You can always save things into your favorite banks. And there's some really useful search features. So if you're looking for an analog type of bass, you can go up there and search through there. Point number 2 is the easy mode. Now, I do a lot of one-to-one coaching with inside Versatility Studio or the Artist Blueprint program, and many of the issues people have is sound design. So what I like to do is get them to pick up Subboom Bass to begin with and just get familiar, because any synthesizer can often become overwhelming for people who don't understand synthesis. I mean, just look at the amount of things going on the screen at this one time. But Subboom Bass is amazing because it has the easy page. So one click of a button, and it removes so much noise and only gives you the most important signals to start working with sound design. You can easily change out the oscillator waveform. You can pitch it up or down with the semitones, which most people are familiar with if they've been producing a while. Adjust the cutoff, the Q, which is the resonance, a second filter if necessary, and play around with the envelope. So let's just use this preset we've got here. With basic knowledge that you already probably understand from producing decays, releases, envelopes, filters, cutoffs, you can really start to shape a sound extremely easily. And what I found through experience with one-to-one coaching is when you show people this easy mode, it actually encourages them to start tweaking the sounds and playing around with sound design instead of them opening up a synthesizer, taking one big look at it and thinking, no thanks, I'll just find a preset that I like. And I'm sure that we all can agree that when you start to experiment and play around with things, that's where you start to find your own sound and what resonates with you. And then point number 3 of why you should pick up Subboom Bass is its versatility. Now, you would guess from the name that it's only going to be good at bass lines. And ultimately, it is the GOAT at bass lines. But you can quite easily turn this into a synth as well. With some layering and some EQs, you can get some really nice sounds from here. So let's build a bass line and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So we're going to start with this sub bass. I'm liking the sound of that one. And let's just get a kick loop in, and by the sounds of it, this one's actually from the Versatility Studio packs, which are all within the site. That one's nice. And then let's just build a little groovy bass line. What we can do is we can just duplicate this and swap it out for a preset that sounds more like a mid bass or a top bass or a synth. So that one there sounds wicked. And what we can do is deactivate those notes, move this to the left, and use that as like a bass hit now. Duplicate this so it's not as repetitive. Over there. And all you need to do with really any synthesis or any sound design is if you're layering something and it's got a lot of low end in, just whack an EQ on it. And we could just keep on going. I can keep on experimenting and showing you guys why there's so many great sounds in here for the genre of minimal deep tech. I'm going to use this preset now. It also has some great effects in there. And let's find a couple more just to round this off and show you how great of a plugin this is. And let's find one more sound that is more like a synth, just to show you that it can do multiple things. So that one's pretty cool. And we could use this as maybe a riser at the end of a phrase. Let's give our bass line a spin. And let's just throw a top loop in to see how it's all sounding together. And that one's nice from the Serotonin sample pack. Just like that with Subboom bass, you can make banging, groovy bass lines for the minimal deep tech genre. And there you go, that is 3 reasons why you should pick up Subboom bass. If you're interested, I've done a full deep dive on Subboom bass, exactly how to use every single part of it with inside Serotonin Studio. So if that sounds of interest to you, go to the first link down below. Anyways, I'll catch you in another video very soon.